Natasha.
Debbie.
Show.
The show.
Welcome to it. Just two patriotic girls.
Learning about the world.
So please, don't take us the wrong way.
She's got the Gold Coast. And Jamie, you sent this a while ago. Thank you for the shirts.
Yeah, thank you, Jamie. I prefer the chocolate.
Which I didn't get any of.
Good day, Australia now.
There was chocolate.
No?
There was chocolate.
Australia. Hi.
G'day, Australia.
G'day. Say it again.
G'day.
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 Slow that down. I'm watching your mouth.
G'day.
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 How do I say it? Everyone still gives me crap for that. Enough of that. I hope the shirt makes up for the fact that I can't say that. I've tried. You know I've tried.
She has.
I'm done trying. I'm over it. I'm over trying. Okay, so I'm excited because y'all know I like birds.
Yes, you do, like birds.
Didn't
The
know
flying
that was a
kind
thing.
with feathers.
Sure. All of
Yeah.
them. All the kinds.
birds.
All the kinds. So we've done a couple video on Aussie birds and I've loved them.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh, they're so cute and pretty and they're so colorful. They've just been, I've enjoyed every single one we've done. We've only done two actually, but we've seen quite a few.
Too. And then we talked to our one friend over there.
Our one friend, Jen.
One of our friends over there.
Yeah, Jen
That
V.
showed us a bunch of birds.
Jen V, yeah.
Her
That was cool.
backyard.
We had a Patreon video call with Jen V in Australia.
Mhm.
And she was feeding a bunch of birds for us. And that was just really cool to see them, in real life, kind of.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Live
Still
on
video
video.
call. But, I have a thing about birds, and I want to see as much of these things as I can. So what's today's episode called?
We're going to take a look at 10 crazy cassowary facts you did not know.
I don't know one fact about a cassowary bird. Actually, I do. I Googled it and saw that it's not just in Australia, though. There's other types of cassowaries, I guess, in other places.
I know nothing about this cassowary.
I just told you all I know.
I don't even know what it looks like. So
Well, so when we did the one video on Aussie birds, a lot of people in the comments were like, why was the cassowary not on the list? Why was it not on the list? Why was it not on the list? And then we did the lyre bird. That was the other video we did on Aussie birds. Go check them out. They're in the Australia playlist here on the channel. But before you do that, we'd appreciate it greatly if you hit the like button and consider subscribing. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
It's free.
And while you're at it, go check out Natasha's other channel, X's and O's.
And my birthday's coming up. I would love a bird.
A bird.
Just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm
Stuffed
really
bird.
kidding.
No. Chocolate, apparently.
The chocolate bird? No.
No, not a chocolate
I want
bird.
to eat a chocolate bird.
Okay.
What's your favorite bird? Drop it in the comments. No matter where you live. Tell us where you live. Tell us your favorite bird. Mine is a Carolina chickadee. And I made Debbie. Debbie's wasn't really into birds up until a few years ago. And then I kind of got her obsessed with it a little bit. Okay. I got more obsessed and got her kind of into it. And you said your favorite bird was, when I asked you?
A wren. But this past year.
Goldfinch?
No.
Hold on. I'm going to guess.
I've been hunting.
Oh, yeah. Debbie's been hunting. I forgot.
Hunting. As in watching, looking at them hunting.
Go ahead.
Bald eagles.
Yeah. American bald eagles.
And there's a nest not too far from here that I went and saw their little baby fly and do some little stuff.
Bird nerd, don't care. Let's do this. I don't know anything about a cassowary except for what I just told you. So let's learn 10 crazy facts.
Hey here and welcome to Wicked Wildlife, and today we are in Townsville at Billabong Sanctuary, my old stomping ground, with Hope, who is a southern cassowary. And in this video we're going to share with you 10 cool
emu with
facts that I think you guys
blue mohawk.
know. Stick around. Number 1. There's actually 3 species of cassowary.
Right.
I've only got one here in Australia. Hope here is what we call a southern cassowary. These guys are found on the coast of Queensland and also southern parts of Papua New Guinea. Up in Papua New Guinea, you've got the northern cassowary and the dwarf cassowary. So they're the 3 species of cassowary we've got around the world today. If you go back further in time, there was a 4th species, the pygmy cassowary, which found as far south as
This thing is monstrous. I think
it's been extinct for a long time.
That was back
Australia's only got the 1 species, but globally, there's 3 species of cassowary.
It sounds like a horn.
What?
The thing on top of its head it looks like a horn.
Looks like a bone. Doesn't it? Kind of
like,
both.
Or like
And as the pictures go, they get smaller.
bird beak
They're
material.
beautiful coloring. They're like a turkey mixed with an emu.
Yeah. I mean, look, that one's got the biggest turkey neck thing.
Waddle thing.
And the middle one's smaller, and the other one doesn't have it.
This is weird. I didn't expect this. I don't know what I expected, but not this. Now I see why you guys
Fascinating
wanted us to
bird.
look. What in the actual heck are we looking at here?
Check out their
They're huge. I don't think they're
nostrils.
safe.
The big one looks scary beak.
Yeah,
Like a,
no, the second one looks like a scary beak. That thing is like all
No.
sharp looking. Okay, we need to shut up and watch this. Sorry.
Time. So today Australia's only got the one species, but globally there's 3 species of cassowary. Fact number 2. The cassowary is the 3rd heaviest bird in the world today.
Wow.
The first 2
Emu?
are 2 different species of ostriches. You've got the common ostrich and the Somali
That
ostrich.
makes sense.
So these guys rank in number 3 in terms of weight.
Damn.
They are a bit shorter than the emu, but in weight, they're the heaviest bird in Australia, heaviest bird in all of Asia, and the 3rd heaviest bird in the world.
Wow.
With maximum weights of just shy of 80 kilos, but the vast majority being a bit lighter than that. But nonetheless,
Wow.
3rd heaviest bird in the world. Number 3.
Huge.
Cassowaries are considered by most people to be the most dangerous bird on the planet.
What?
And they have caused 2 human fatalities. The first one
whoa.
Why is he standing there with his back to it? And do they fly? Where are the wings?
I don't know. Did you
They
see
kill
its,
people?
Did you see its feet?
Yeah, I was staring at them actually. The talons? Are those talons? Are those?
Their feet.
Yes, they're wearing Adidas and Pumas. Hold up. Yeah, look at that.
I know. Look at them toes. Could you imagine
Flip flops.
walking through, just going out for a little walk,
I don't walk like that, but you do.
and there's this.
Monstrous bird that's really cool colors.
Mhm.
I mean, what is the? Okay, sorry.
the most dangerous bird on the planet, and they have caused 2 human fatalities. The first
Only
one
2?
was in the early to mid 1900s and was actually a 16-year-old boy here in North Queensland.
Oh damn.
Basically what was happening though was these 2 boys were attacking cassowaries, and one of them ran for it. The cassowary followed him, kicked him, and it ended up kicking him in the neck. So that was the first death of a cassowary.
Wow.
The second one happened fairly recently, in
Really?
the 2000s, and that was in America, of all places. A man living in Florida
Of course.
who was keeping cassowaries,
Dumbass.
same thing, was kicked, fatally injured, and as a result we have 2 deaths on
Florida.
record from cassowaries.
Florida.
Now, of course, the vast majority of negative interactions or attacks between humans and cassowaries aren't going to result in a fatality or a serious injury at all. But a study in 2003 looking into 150 of these attacks found that about 75% of all these
Were caused
cassowary
by people?
attacks were the result of cassowaries who were so used to being fed they were expecting food. And
Oh, God, look how big that is.
Wow.
With people grumpy that they weren't getting food, things like this. A small percentage involved cassowaries defending their chicks.
Sorry, I'm not listening. How can I?
It is tall.
Are you kidding me with
That
this?
is tall. But the emu is taller.
Yeah, I know. But like the biggest bird-like thing we have here is a turkey, right? Yeah.
As far as I
Well, not including like birds of prey,
know. Right.
but still, that is a person size. That's like you. Like that's like how tall you are. That is. It's Debbie size. It's a Debbie size
I'm gonna
bird.
put on this costume and
I'm just saying,
run
like,
through the backyard.
do they have wings though?
I have no idea.
That's insanely big. Okay, I want to listen to them now. Sorry.
Used to being fed, they were expecting food, and basically over-humanized with people, grumpy that they weren't getting food, things like this. A small percentage involved cassowaries defending their chicks. A slightly larger percentage involved cassowaries physically being attacked by people.
Yeah, I
themselves.
figured that was.
But basically, the vast majority were overfed, humanized cassowaries that had lost their fear of people, lost their natural respect. So the moral is, we shouldn't be
Leave 'em
feeding
alone.
wildlife. It's
Very
a great
true.
thing to want to
Didn't
help
he just feed it a
wildlife.
minute ago?
There's lots of ways to do it.
Yeah, but it's
feeding
obviously in
wildlife
a
never ends up well for
sanctuary
the
or
wildlife. Not just cassowaries. We do it with crocodiles. The crocodile starts hanging around. Down home, we do it with seals, and people say we've got to get rid of that seal. Lots of ways to help wildlife. Feeding them is not the best way to do it. But number 3,
True.
cassowaries are considered the most dangerous bird in the world
That's
by
crazy.
many people. Number 4, it's actually believed now that cassowaries and all their relatives, the ratites, came from ancestors that could fly. Now this is a fairly new idea.
they don't
You see,
fly.
up until recently we thought that because there's these flightless birds all around the world,
Knew it.
that they must have walked when the continents were locked up. Continents broke away and they evolved in their own forms of ratites. But genetic evidence shows that some of the ratites are actually closer related to birds that fly today than they are to one another, which is an indicator for some
Weird.
people that even though this guy is one hell of a turkey, these guys might have come from a flying ancestor and they lost their flight independently of one another.
Interesting.
Because the niche of giant flightless bird works so well in so many different ecosystems. So again, number 4, cassowaries came from potentially a flying ancestor.
Well, I'm not surprised by that.
So I'm confused.
Of what?
I don't know. I
What
just
makes a
think
bird
of
a bird?
I think of a bird, and a bird should fly.
Mhm.
So a flightless bird isn't necessarily a bird, in my mind.
It can be. It is.
But what classifies
I knew she was going to ask. I
animal
just said,
as a bird?
you're just going to.
Okay, Natasha and Debbie. You want to know what makes a bird a bird? Also, Natasha. As a bird nerd, I'm disappointed you don't already know this. Anyway, here y'all go. A bird is classified by a unique combination of characteristics including feathers, a hard-shelled egg, and warm-bloodedness. Other key features are toothless beaked jaws, a four-chambered heart, a high metabolic rate, and a lightweight, often hollow skeleton. Okay, Natasha and Debbie, now you know. And now back to the show.
I knew you were going to ask that question.
Number 5. Cassowaries are
Feathers.
fairly unique compared to a lot of other animals in that the females are both larger and brighter in colour than their male counterparts. Now, with the vast majority of animals, you think of males as being larger because they're fighting with one another to get the female's attention, or brighter in colour because they've got to attract a mate somehow, like a peacock.
Oh, I
or
love
something like
peacocks.
that.
They're so cool.
But in the case of cassowaries, females are bigger and brighter in colour. Males go
Surprising
from
for
between
birds.
35 to 45 kilos or so. Females average something like 58 kilos and have been
Jeez.
recorded at a smidge under 80 kilograms in weight.
That's
So,
crazy.
not a little bit bigger, quite a bit bigger. So when it comes to cassowaries, the girls certainly rule the roost. Number 6, when it comes to
Wait,
cassowary
should they?
families, it's actually males who do all the parenting. Now they share this in common with their closest cousin, the emu.
Is their cousin,
in that
okay.
the father does all the incubating of eggs and raising of chicks. You see, cassowaries in the wild are basically solitary. They live separately from one another, and they only seek each other out come mating time. Now this is from like May to October-ish. Basically the male will build a nest, females will come along, she'll lay 3 to 5 eggs in those nests, and then she will disappear. And she
Wow.
might lay her eggs in several males' nests throughout the season.
Really?
Wow.
The male cassowary, he's going to spend the next 60 days or so sitting on those eggs. He doesn't get up much, he doesn't
Keep
drink,
him
he doesn't
busy.
eat, he sits
That's
on
surprising.
those eggs until those
And
babies
different.
hatch. And they follow him for the next 9 months before they become independent, wander off into the bush, and he builds a new nest waiting for a female cassowary like Hope to come again and repeat it all
That's
over again.
really cool.
So cassowaries are pretty good dads. The dads
And
do
different.
all the parenting. The mums have it pretty easy in this case.
How many eggs can they lay?
Number 7, this giant cask on Hope's head here is actually still a bit of a mystery. There's a few different theories about what it could do. Some people believe because of the honeycomb structure inside that it might aid in detecting the sounds that these guys make.
Oh, that'd
Imagine
be
this as a
cool.
big animal lives in a very dense environment. They can't see one another very well. They make a deep booming sound. And the
Wanna
theory
hear it?
is that cask might help pick it up. Another theory is because it grows throughout their entire lives, it could be a
Really?
symbol of, dominance or their hierarchy because older, bigger, stronger cassowaries might have a bigger cask.
Could be
Yet
both.
again, other people think it might work to help break through the brush as these guys stampede through the rainforest. At the end of the day, they're all
Could be all
theories.
three.
We don't know. If one of you guys watching out there does well in school, do a PhD on cassowaries and let me know in 10 years' time because their cask is still a really cool mystery.
Huh.
Number 8, cassowaries are what we call a keystone species. Now, basically what this
what that
means is they're an animal that is crucial to the maintenance of the survival of an ecosystem, not just
Really?
a small thing like a burrow, the entire ecosystem.
Really?
And cassowaries do this because, as you can see with Hope here, these guys live almost entirely off fruit. But they've got a very short digestive system, which means what comes out the other end of a cassowary often has a lot of seeds in it. Now, because of this, these guys
okay.
are actually important seed dispersers. It's actually figured out that these guys are an important part of the seed dispersal of 230 different native rainforest plants.
Wow.
And there's at least 100 rainforest plants that are entirely dependent on cassowaries for seed dispersal.
Wow, that's
Either
really
they
cool.
need to go through a cassowary, or their seeds are so big that things like fruit bats can't move them around, but they're entirely dependent on cassowaries
Wow,
to disperse their seeds. Now,
important bird.
cassowaries,
So for my birthday, I need some cassowary poo. I'm planting some
gonna
rainforest
start
in the
a
backyard.
forest.
I'm starting a rainforest in the backyard.
Put that in a planner.
Yep. Gotta water it. Water my cassowary poo.
Oh,
Sorry.
please don't send
This is
any.
fascinating.
Please don't send any.
Please do. It's illegal. Don't do it.
can't move them around, but they're entirely dependent on cassowaries to disperse their seeds. Now,
That's
cassowaries
really cool.
know things like cassowary plums growing in the rainforest. Now, the reason
think I wanna
seed
eat them.
dispersal is so important
Right?
is basically it means that
Beautiful.
baby trees grow up in a different part of the forest to their parent trees. So it means that rather than we having a patch of cassowary plums and a catch of burdekin plums and some gum trees over there, we've got trees interspersed throughout the forest.
That's really
It also
amazing.
means that because those plants are growing up further away from the
Wow.
their parents, I suppose, there is more genetic diversity amongst the species. So because of this, cassowaries literally are an important part for the rainforests here in Australia to survive. Without cassowaries, we lose as many as 100 and potentially 200 plus species of rainforest plants.
That's just incredible.
Number 9, cassowaries have actually been recorded eating their own poo. Now, this in some ways ties back down to number 8. You see, because these guys have a short digestive system, seeds and everything come out the other end, that often what comes out the other end of a cassowary is still fairly nutritious. There's still bits of fruit in there, seeds and things like this that the cassowary often re-ingests.
I don't need to watch them do it.
On top of that,
I believe you, buddy.
through the poo of other cassowaries. This is called coprophagy, when an animal ingests its own droppings, basically.
Cool.
And it means that it does 2 laps of their digestive system, gets every last little bit of nutrients out of that, and I don't know, maybe spreads those seeds even further again. But yeah, cassowaries eat their own poo.
Thanks for letting me.
And lastly, number 10. Cassowaries here in Australia are considered endangered. Now, throughout their entire range, they're actually classed as least concern, but this is largely due to a lack of data in Papua New Guinea. It's estimated there could be between 10 and 1,000 cassowaries throughout their entire range, southern cassowaries that is. But here in Australia, we have between 1,500 and 2,500. So here in Australia, they are an endangered species. Some of the risks or threats that they face here in Australia are things like habitat loss. We've cut down an awful lot of rainforest here in Australia, but even the rainforest that's left, it's got roads going through it, so a lot of these guys...
I didn't know you guys did that in Australia.
Poor little babies.
I just didn't. I was really worried he was going to say that they were on the endangered list. Yeah.
Of course.
I was hoping that wasn't what he was going to say, but I had a feeling it was going to be on the list, and I was hoping it was not. And we had to get to the last one. Was that last one?
I think so.
Yeah. I'm very upset by that.
Yeah.
That's not good.
I mean, it's a pretty cool looking bird.
It's an awesome looking bird. But it's very intimidating.
Very.
And I am surprised that they don't know.
What that?
Yeah. But I didn't know you guys did that in Australia.
Risks or threats that they face here in Australia are things like habitat loss. We've cut down an awful lot of rainforest here in Australia, but even the rainforest that's left, it's got roads going through it, so a lot of these guys are hit by cars, they're attacked by dogs, and unfortunately they're lured to these places, things like beaches, roads, suburbs, because people feed them.
Stop it!
So through all these things, cars, dog attacks, habitat loss, unfortunately, despite the fact that these guys have been here for millions and millions of years, cassowaries here in Australia are considered an endangered species.
That sucks.
No.
So there you have it, guys. That's 10 cool facts that I think that most of you guys wouldn't have known about cassowaries, particularly the southern cassowary, the Australian cassowary. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments if you think I've missed anything or if you think there is a cool fact that should have been in there. But other than that, guys, before I leave, I do want to shout out Billabong Sanctuary. Have let us come and film with these guys. If you are in North Queensland, come and visit them. And if you're not in North Queensland, come here anyway.
Yeah.
And visit them. It's a cool place, lots of cool animals.
I loved it. I loved it.
That was pretty cool to learn all that.
You'd be terrified, wouldn't you?
Oh, I'd be terrified to meet one, sure.
I'd still be more afraid to see a kangaroo.
Definitely.
Yep.
I would have to agree with you there.
Not that I'm comparing, but I'm comparing.
Even though I still want to see one out in the wild.
Nope.
Oh,
Wow, that was actually really cool.
that was.
That's just, I'm sad about the endangered part, obviously. Really perplexed about the whole, what did he call it? A crown. Did he call it a crown? Or did I just make that up?
I think you made
Whatever
that up. I don't know.
Called that. And this, it just shocks me that we don't know. But then again, if that bird has been around forever, then okay.
And being on the endangered species list.
Well, the one thing he said too
Researching.
about one of the possibilities, going through like the rainforest or whatever, I would think you would see it doing that and using that.
You would think.
You'd be able to know. I don't know. What a cool bird. I'm so thankful to you, Australia. I know it's been a couple years since you brought that up to us. I'm slow to get to things sometimes, but we get there, for bringing that bird up because I would never have known otherwise. Beautiful, intimidating,
It is.
fascinating, and mysterious. I think those are the words.
And let me know if you've seen one that wasn't in
Yeah.
a sanctuary, if you just were out walking around and happened to see a cassowary.
Yeah, I'd like to
That'd
know
be
that too. Wow. That was, I didn't expect that big of a bird, and there was, on the thumbnail, did not show that. I don't recall it.
I don't know.
I
It's
didn't really look at
incredible.
it, so, but.
I can't believe that. The third heaviest bird in the world.
That's a monster. If you guys like this episode, please hit the like button, consider subscribing to the channel. And again, we had some things wanted you to drop in the comments. I don't remember what they are now. So please do that. I really want to know what your favorite bird is. No matter where you live in the world, I want to know. It's just, I'm a nerd like that. I think it'd be interesting. But thank you so much for watching. We'll see you on the next episode. And until then, and as always, please love like Jess.
Be as strong as Tyson.
Bye.
Bye.